and we are going to do a reading lesson today. So we're going to read the book Max and Quin. So I saved this one because if we take a look at the back, they want us to read this book after we've done Q and X, and we just did both of those letters, right? Last week we did Q, and on Monday we did X. Okay, and then the sight words this week are going to be little and play. I did put those up in the pocket chart right here. These are our new words for the week. Little and play, little and play. I'm going to take those. That was Romeo. He's playing with his toy. There's your mouse. Hey, I'm going to take it because we're going to use that later. Found it. All right, I'm going to put those sight words up here. Okay, I also like to look at the back of the book. It shows us the 4 stories we just read. When we were in school, we read this one. We are vets. We did that one. We did the letter V. And then we had a video lesson with the letter Y, and the book was Yams. We did zigzag with the letter Z. And now we're doing Max and Quin with the letters Q and X. So when I turn around, we look at the cover, we've got Max. That's a name, right? I used to have a dog named Max, but it's a boy's name, short for Maximilian. Okay, and then Quin is also a boy's name. So remember what we learned about Q? Whenever you see a Q, it's always followed by the letter U. So Max and Quin. And this, of course, is the title page, has the title and the author. And it says Nat Geo. This is a National Geographic reading book. Now, before we read it, we're just going to take a little picture walk, okay? A picture walk is just looking at the book. Sometimes if you're at a bookstore or the library, you want to just look at the pictures and say, does this look like a book that I would like, okay? The other thing is that when kids learn how to read, of course, phonics is super important. Learning sight words is super important. But just as important is learning how to use context clues. That's when your reading doesn't make sense, like what word really makes sense there. And then also picture clues. So if you, let's say the word mouse was in there and the kids didn't know how to read it, but they look at the picture and they go, oh, I know that word. It starts with an M. Okay. And then here's another picture. Oh, here's a little mouse all dressed up, huh, in a tuxedo. Here's a little mouse playing a saxophone. Okay, now this is the character. This is Quin. This is Quin. Here's Quin. Looks like he's doing kind of a drum on like a bucket or a tub. And there's Max. Here's Quin and Max, both. They're playing music. And here they are. Oh, it looks like they're on a stage with an audience playing music, right? Okay, now we're going to go through and read the story. Now the first time through, I like to just read it for fun. I'm not going to stop and try to sound out the words and talk about it. We'll just read it, okay? I am little Max. I like to look good. Here I am in my little tux. I like to play my little sax. Here I go. The word sax is short for saxophone. I am Big Quin. I like to play on my big tub. Little Max, come and play with me. We can play for a little bit. We can play up here. This is a lot of fun. I do not want to quit. Up here is up on the stage. They like us. Do you want to quit? No, we can play and play. This is a good job. There's people in the audience and they're clapping for them, for Max and Quin. Okay, this time we're gonna go through and read it again. And we're gonna look for some sight words. Talk about how to read this book. This is an easy page, isn't it? It's only 4 words. We know I am. Here's our sight word. Let's get it out. Little. And then we can sound this one out. axe. We also know it's somebody's name because it starts with a capital M and not a lowercase. So the mouse's name is Little Max. I like to look good. Boys and girls, those are all sight words, aren't they? We've had all of those words. Here I am in my little tux. More sight words. We've had here I am in my, and here's little again. Tux. Tux is short for tuxedo. I like to play my little sax. Here I go. Sax is short for saxophone. We're using the word play on this page. We're using the word little on this page. And we have lots of other sight words, don't we? I am Big Quin. We can sound out the word b-ig, and we can sound out the word qua-in. I am Big Quin. I like to play on my big tub. We can sound that out, tub. And we have the word play again, don't we? Little Max, come and play with me. So we start with the word little now. It looks different because we started with a capital here in the book. It's right at the end of the sentence. Whenever you end a sentence with a punctuation mark, a period, a question mark, an exclamation mark, when you start a brand new sentence, you start it with the capital letter. Little Max, come and play with me. Another period, so we start with a capital letter. We can play for a little bit. So we've got play again, and we've got little again, and of course we can sound out the word it. Okay? We can play up here. There's our sight word play. These are all sight words, aren't they? This is a lot. I can sound this one out. Lot of fun. Fun. That's why they use an exclamation mark, boys and girls, because it's a lot of fun. I do not want to quit. Here's another Q word, qua, followed by a U, quit. And then the last page, they like us. They use an exclamation mark because we know the audience likes Max and Quin because they're clapping, they're singing, they're dancing. Do you want to quit? And we're using a question mark. They're asking a question. No is the answer, right? No, we can play and play. Here's our word again. Play and play. This is a good job. Okay, I really like that book. A lot of times the Nat Geo books are true books. Okay, they're nonfiction. They're about real places and real things. This, boys and girls, do you think this is true? Can a mouse really play a saxophone? I think this is make-believe. You call that fiction, right? Okay, I'm going to hold this up. I think I'll hold it up because there's always a little glare here. And I'm just going to give you a few seconds to read. You can read to mom or dad, brother, sister, grandma, grandpa, babysitter, whoever's at your house. Okay, I'll give you a little bit longer. Remember, boys and girls, you can always pause it. If I go too fast for you, you can always rewind it. Okay. Big Quin, right? This is a long page. I'll give you a little bit longer. And the last page. Okay, now parents, I said this last time, but these books are considered on grade level. So on grade level means that the kids can read them fairly easy. They might, have to stop and sound out a couple words. They might, need a little bit of help. One or two mistakes on one of those long pages is fine. That's on grade level. If it's super easy, if the kids just breeze through the book, then they're reading above grade level. And if it's really hard for them, they're probably reading below grade level. And I don't want the kids to have to struggle through a book when they're below grade level. It's better if parents just read along with them. Maybe read part of the sentence and then stop and leave a word out and see if they can get it. But don't make them struggle through the whole page. That's then they don't enjoy reading. That's not good. Okay, I want to use our 2 sight words here, little and play. And I already kind of thought about my sentences because my dog Romeo is always in here when I'm doing lessons. And here he is. He's just taking a little rest there with his toy. Now he weighs about 15 pounds. He's a Yorkie. So he's a little dog. He's not a big dog. So I'm going to say, I have a little dog. And you know we're going to start with a capital because we always do. Now, the word we always use a capital letter for I, even if it's in the middle of the sentence, because you're talking about yourself. I'm talking about me. Mrs. Jenkins has a little dog, right? I've got my stick ready today. If you don't have a stick, you can use 2 fingers. If you're on a small line paper, 1 finger is probably enough. Have, that is a sight word, but we can sound out part of it. Have. Okay. And sometimes, parents, it's good to get out here. Let me finish my word, but get out your sight words. I have 2 sets of sight words I brought home from school. These are the color words that I poked a hole. They're laminated, they're on a ring, okay? And I like these for testing because I can flip through them really fast. But I like to have this set that is not in order. I can mix these up, I can pull them out, and I can use them, you know, when I'm writing and stuff. And I don't want the kids to do the words in the same order all the time. Okay, let's go back to I have a lowercase, I'm using lowercase letters, a little, it, this is our sight word, so all I have to do is look at it, right? I could try sounding it out, but there's a tricky E at the end, so that way you can do both, sound it out and look at it. I have a little dog. Now, dog is not a sight word. I'm going to sound it out. G. And I'm just going to put a period there. Now, if you guys don't have a dog, you can make up your own sentence. You could say, I have a little cat. You could say, I have a little toy. I have a little sister. I have a little brother, right? Now, when we're done with the sentence, or as you're writing, you want to check the sentence. So here, I'm going to go back. Let's do this first. Let's find our sight words. I have is the sight word. A little, and then we sounded out the word dog. Okay. Did I start with a capital letter? I'm going to give myself a star. This is called 5-star writing. Okay. Did I end with a period? Yes, I did. I get another star. Did I use finger space or I use my stick? That's a really good space. Okay, the next one says, use neat handwriting and phonetic spelling. So I think I used nice handwriting, even though there weren't lines on the paper or on the board. And I used my phonetic spelling as sounding out. And we did. We sounded out the word dog. Okay. And to get the 5th star, you have to read the sentence and make sure it makes sense. So I'm going to read it. I have a little dog. Does that make sense? Sure it does. Now, what if I would have left a word out? Because a lot of times kids do this. They're writing fast, they're not paying attention, and then when you go back and read it, it doesn't make sense. So listen to this. I have little dog. Does it make sense? No, it doesn't. So it's really important to read your sentence and make sure you didn't leave any words out. Okay, I have a little dog. Okay, now I'm going to write a second sentence. Okay, I'm going to say his name is Romeo, but he's not a girl. It's if you have a girl, dog, or cat, you would say she, of course. He, and then I'm going to use my stick. Likes, which is an orange word. We use the word like and we put an S on it because it doesn't make sense to say he liked to play. He likes to. And now I get to use my new sight word play. So we'll take a peek at it. P-L-A-Y. I think I can remember that. P-L-A-Y. Now I could put a period right there and it makes sense. He likes to play, but I'm going to say he likes to play with, with is a sight word, His, we're going to sound out. That's phonetic spelling. Huh, is. And then toy. Okay, I'm going to go. I know that oi is O-Y. He likes to play with his toy. Now let's check it. All right. I'm going to say he is a sight word. Likes is a sight word. To, play is a sight word. With, well, his is actually a sight word too. Okay, and then, okay, he likes to play with his toy. Did I use a capital letter? Yes, I did. I started with a capital H. Did I end with punctuation? Yes, I did. There's my second star. Did I put spaces between my words? You saw me doing it, right? That's my third star. Did I use nice, neat handwriting? I think so. And does my sentence make sense? He likes to play with his toy. Yes, it does. I could put an S on that too because he has lots of toys. Would you guys like to see him play with his toy? This is one of his favorite. Okay, it's a little mouse. It's actually a cat toy, but he loves it. Hey, Romeo. Hey, you want to play with your toy? Come here. You ready? Okay, go get it. Go get it. Okay, let's see it. Oh, good boy. He loves a squeaky toy. Okay, good lesson, boys and girls. Bye-bye.